Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Loving Little Learners. Today I wanted to share with you all of the fun thematic activities that I have planned for my class throughout the month of December. In this video, I will be sharing activities that are already ready to go or low prep to make planning easier for you. So if this is something that you're interested in, stay tuned and watch throughout the video. If not, then this might not be the video for you. But throughout this month, I have a few themes that I focus on that are both fun and educational. Within this video, I'll be sharing activities that you can do if you're teaching virtually or if you're teaching in person. So you'll see some free activities, some paid activities, but regardless, I'm going to make sure to link everything below to make it as easy as possible for you guys to get going and get started with all your fun December activities. So make sure to go ahead and check out that description box below when the video is over. So let's get started. Throughout December, I like to start the month focusing on elf. I like to call it Elfmas. So what we do in class is first begin by reading The Elf on the Shelf, a Christmas tradition. And all of the students always love this story. And what I typically do is kind of just move around our little elf buddy throughout the classroom and have him do different things, whether they're naughty or nice or fun, just kind of have him do a couple of different things. So instead, because we are virtual this year, I've created this 12 days of Elfmas Bitmoji classroom, which has our little elf friends doing different things. And then you're going to discuss with your students, are these elves being naughty or nice? And then why they feel that way. So as you can see, there's an elf in every room. And you guys as a class are going to discuss whether or not that elf is being naughty or nice. There's a digital paper or sheet on the next page after a classroom where you guys together can come up with reasons why you believe this elf in particular is being naughty or nice. You can create a bulleted list or come up with a story, a justification, whatever you want to do. And this can be adapted depending on what grade level you teach. You guys can also send this out directly to your students. So if you are using Google Classroom or another platform like that, you can just go ahead and send this entire activity to your students and have them do one of these writings each day, where they are going ahead and coming in and typing in their justification, like so. So this is just a really fun way to continue to celebrate those elves and really have fun to see what they're doing and how they're acting. And I'm sure that you guys will see some really fun stories as to why they believe the elf is being naughty or nice. So that is an option there. If you are teaching in person, if you go down to the bottom, there are printables that you can just go ahead and print out and have your students write in their reasoning instead of type in their reasoning. So you can print out the little room and then also the page that goes with it. So tons of different options to use with this 12 Days of Elfmas resource. And again, like I said, I'll link these in the description box below so that you guys can access this. I just think that this one is super fun. After I am done with elves, I go ahead and focus on gingerbread. So throughout the gingerbread unit that we do, we like to focus on comparing and contrasting the different stories that we read. So there's tons of stories like Gingerbread Boy, Gingerbread Girl, Gingerbread Friends, Ninja Bread, the Gingerbread Cowboy. So we always just pick a few gingerbread stories to focus on and then really focus on those story elements and comparing and contrasting that. I found a really good free resource on Teachers Pay Teachers here that come with charts to compare and contrast the different story elements. So compare the problems, compare the characters, etc., with these really cool graphic organizers. So I will show this in the description box again. But this is just a really fun way to not only read these stories, but to also have discussions on to how they're the same or how they're different and really give an opportunity for your students to dive in on those story features and give their reasoning. So that is a really good one. We also sent out gingerbread cookies to our students with a little note saying to save these for a special day. And we are going to go ahead and do an activity on Friday with these gingerbread cookies where they get to take a bite. So we're going to tell them to just take one bite and not tell them why or where or how. Just see what they do. And then they have these papers here where they get to go ahead and describe that taste that they had, the gingerbread cookie. So is it sweet? Is it salty? Was it spicy? Things like that. We'll do that together. But then also there's this activity here where it says, how did you eat your gingerbread cookie? And so what they're going to do is color in where they took their first bite, second bite, third bite, and fourth bite. And you can also extend this and graph out how many students ate the leg first, how many students ate the arm first, how many students ate the head first, and really turn this into, an opportunity to incorporate some math as well. After, there's the sequencing writing page where they get to talk about what they ate first, then next, and last. Hopefully they eat it all within 4 bites so that it fits. But this is just a really fun way to kind of extend an activity where they're enjoying a gingerbread cookie, but there's also some type of education that goes with it. So that isn't my idea for those 2 days of gingerbread on Wednesday, Thursday, and actually on Friday as well. And where I also introduced the boom cards to you guys in a previous video. And I was looking and there's tons of boom cards available. All of these are free that I'm showing here. All I did was go to store on boomlearning.com and type in gingerbread here. And then I went and sorted price low to high to get those free ones first. But there's CVC words, there's math, money, counting, where you're decorating a gingerbread house or decorating a gingerbread cookie using 10 frames, tons of different opportunities to incorporate those fun boom cards within the month of December as well. You literally just need to search for whatever it is that you want, and I'm sure you will find something. So after we're done with gingerbread, we take an entire week to talk about holidays around the world. And this is one of my favorite things to do because it just introduces our students to a world outside of their own. So whether or not students celebrate Christmas on their own or don't celebrate anything at all, or they celebrate one of these other holidays that we're talking about, it's really good for them to see, how people around the world do things differently or celebrate differently. And I always go ahead and first send out a message to my parents saying that this is the plan. We're teaching about different customs, about different celebrations, and really just introducing our students to a world outside of our own. I give them a map about when we are learning about each specific celebration. So I would say on Monday, we're learning about Hanukkah, and Tuesday, Chinese New Year, Wednesday, Diwali, things like that, so that our parents know that their students may be coming home with questions or information or ideas or whatever it is, so that they're in the loop and they're not kind of tracked with this. And so throughout this week, we take a deep dive into tons of different holidays. And I also have created some different resources that go along with this Holidays Around the World week that we focus on. Every year, we give our students out this suitcase, and it's really super fun and easy to put together. This is free. It's just 2 pieces of brown construction paper and a handle, and then these little words that say Holiday Around the World. And inside of it, they carry around all of the crafts that we make, the brochures that we make, the sight word readers that we do for each holiday that we focus on. So this is just a really fun way to kind of keep everything in one area. I know a lot of people do passports, and the first grade creative has made a holidays around the world Bitmoji classroom, which is awesome to help support the learning throughout this week as well. And I'll link that below too. I've assigned those to my students on Seesaw each of these days. But so I've created 2 different types of activities for holidays around the world for older students and then younger students. So this is the first one, and it's going to be a holiday brochure. So the students are going to first start by kind of filling out a KWL chart. And then on the next page, they get to talk about what they learned, draw the symbols, the food, the traditions that they learned about within that holiday, and then compare and contrast it to see how it's similar or different from how they celebrate holidays on their own. So there's colored versions and black and white versions for every single holiday that goes through Chinese New Year, Kwanzaa, Diwali, Hanukkah, Las Posadas, and St. Lucia. So 6 different holidays that are covered. And within this resource, each of these holidays are also going to be further explained through a PowerPoint. So you'll get a link to this PowerPoint presentation for each holiday, where it goes over traditions, activities, foods, drinks, and symbols to help them kind of fill out that brochure. For the younger kiddos, I've made these sight word readers, these little mini books or decodable readers where they're focusing on a few sight words and learning about all of the different things that go along with the different holidays. So that is just a really fun way, again, to celebrate holidays around the world and introduce our students to a world outside of our own. So that is one of my favorite things to teach throughout the month of December. And after our holidays around the world week, we go into Grinchmas, which is also really fun. So I found a couple of free activities for Grinch as well that I will share with you here. So the first one that we always do is kind of a Grinch writing. After we read the story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, we talk about how we would go about making the Grinch grin and making him happier. And there is this little writing sheet here, as well as the pieces to create the little Grinch craft, all within this activity. So here's a little templates for the Grinch face. And then it also gives you, easier templates. So these are going to be for list for your younger kiddos. And then for those older kiddos, you can have them write a story or talk about it a little bit more in depth about how they would make the Grinch grin. There's also this Grinch Day freebie that I use every year. It just has tons of different activities. There's labeling, there's rhymes, there's reading comprehension, write the room, more writing prompts, there's even math. Everything's kind of incorporated within this one activity. So this is really cool. And I always use this as my centers throughout the year. And I've sent a couple of these worksheets home to my students as well. So tons of different things. They can build sentences, work on story elements, and then there's also crafts at the end where they can build a headband. So fun things, again, to do with the Grinch. After we are done with the Grinch, we work on ornaments. So there is this craft for a 3-sided ornament here, where the students are going to decorate their 2 sides of their ornament, like so. And then on the 3rd side, they are going to write a message. So once they write and fill out all 3 sides, they kind of fold it in half and then bend it and glue it together. So there's 3 sides of an ornament instead of just a flat ornament. And this is really just super fun and cute to give and send home to your students or to their families, or they can also, you can send them this one sheet because it is just one sheet to print out. You can send this to them and they can print it and then follow along at home if you are doing remote learning. So again, just super simple ways to kind of work together. And there's also an invitation for holiday ornaments and holiday crafts that I've created. And these are on my Teachers Pay Teachers for just 50 cents each, and some of them are actually free. So this could be a holiday craft party invitation like the ornament, or there's one specific for ornaments, hot cocoa parties. As you can see here on my Friday, my last Friday, there is a hot cocoa party that we're going to do while we watch a Christmas movie together. So I've sent home packets of hot cocoa to the students, and you can go and send home this invitation with them, or just send this on Class Dojo or Seesaw, wherever. It's editable with the date, time, and the message. And you can send that home to invite them and to that party, and to just say, save this hot cocoa until this date and time, and together we'll enjoy it while we watch this movie or do this or that. And there's just a couple of invitations for different things that you would want to do. Like if you want to wear holiday sweaters all together and share with them or decorate them or whatever it is that you plan, these are available for that. So those are the main things that I'm going to do throughout the month of December, but there's just a couple of other activities that I wanted to share with you guys that I think are still fun, that I just kind of incorporate throughout the entire month. So they don't go in with a specific theme for the month. They kind of are just used throughout the entire month. So there's December morning meetings. We do a morning meeting every single morning, asking questions about their memories. Try it. There's Try It Thursdays, Would You Rather Wednesdays, Find It Fridays, Tell Me Tuesdays, things like that every day for the month. And a lot of these are tied back to winter or holidays, but they don't talk about Christmas specifically, just in case you have students that don't celebrate. I've also created this holiday sweater builder, which is super cute. They grab a dice and they roll it, and they see how they would go and design and build their sweater. So each roll, they're going to get a different character saying or pattern to add to their sweater. And so they would just get a copy of the sweater and design it. Or if they are really artistic, they can go from scratch and then write something about their sweater. And the same goes for this holiday mask. I think this is really cute just because of the times that we're in right now. So same directions, pretty much. It's a mask builder. They're going to roll and see how they're going to decorate their mask. And then if you want, as an extension, they can again write about their mask. So those are just really fun. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys is this 25 days of silly winter story writing prompts. So there are a couple of different writing prompts. There's 25 of them, and they all come with something really fun. So you'll see 3 pictures and a couple of words. So they have a hanging sloth, a laughing tree, and a present. So they can write a silly story about how the sloth ended up hanging from lights and why the tree is laughing at him. And maybe he fell into a big present box. So again, these are just going to be really fun ways to kind of see your students' creativity come alive and see what they're going to talk about. This is digital, where they can type in their story directly here in class on the Google slide, or you can give it on Google Classroom, or you can also print these. So they all come with printable prompts, the same ones with writing lines below. So this is just how I plan on really going about December. It's taken me a lot of time to plan out December because there are just so many opportunities to do fun things. But I really just wanted to make it easier for you guys to just see how I planned it out and to grab exactly what I am using to help me throughout this month. So If you're interested, everything will be linked below in the description box. If you're not, then that is totally fine. I hope that you still enjoyed the video. And if you have any other ideas or resources that you think would be fun to use and easy to implement, leave those in the comment section below. But either way, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Loving Little Learners. Thank you so much.